Could Jorge Masvidal versus Michael Chandler be on the horizon? They're starting to talk a little bit back and forth to each other. Then this is going to be my reaction and kind of breakdown, I guess, to what happened. So, Jorge Masvidal, we just figured out that Michael Chandler, of course, he's been talking about wanting big fights. He wants fan favorite fights. He called out guys like Conor McGregor. Michael Chandler, honestly, is just kind of setting himself up to get a big money fight. That seems like what the area he's going to just go to. I know he says he wants gold, but he still wants those big name fights. Michael Chandler's goal is to put on a great performance for the fans, and Jorge Masvidal would be a guy to do that. So he was talking about he wants to fight Jorge Masvidal, make it a big event, put the BMF title on the line. This is where Masvidal is still a little delusional because he said that him killing Michael Chandler does nothing for him, like Jorge. And he went off and he started talking about how Michael Chandler is a quitter in the fights, and he essentially does not deserve a fight with Jorge Masvidal. Like, Masvidal, you lost so many fights in a row, and not only did you lose these fights in a row, you got absolutely dominated. You got brutally finished in one of them. Yes, they were two great fighters, but at the same time, you are in absolutely no position to say who Michael Chandler, someone who could come up in the division and bring a lot of excitement to that division. Honestly, a very friendly matchup for you too. This is a matchup I can see Masvidal just going in there, starching him with a right hand. I can really see that happening. If they were to fight Michael Chandler and Masvidal, I would actually pick Masvidal. I really would. Like, and I understand Masvidal does not look good. I don't like Chandler's chances up a weight class. He's already small for his division. And honestly, you could put up the BMF title. And arguably, amongst the fans, guys, who thinks that Masvidal's still the BMF? Nobody. Anybody else could take over that. And I still want to make a video on that, talking about like who the actual BMF is, because it's someone like Khamzat Chimaev. It's someone like Gilbert Burns, guys who just constantly take fights. Kevin Holland, who could be a BMF, you know what I mean? Masvidal just does not deserve that title anymore. It's ridiculous that that title is even a thing in the first place, to be honest with you. My whole point in saying this is Masvidal is in absolutely no spot to just like start picking his fights, and this is all he's doing. And I made a video talking about this. He's in big trouble because he missed out on such an opportunity to fight Gilbert Burns to get back in that title. And yes, he probably wants to fight someone like Conor McGregor or Leon Edwards. Yeah, he's going to push for that Leon Edwards fight, especially since Leon has just talked about actually wanting to fight Masvidal. So we could see him sneak into a title fight depending on how Kamaru Usman's schedule looks up. But this guy needs to wake up, man. Like, Masvidal is just not the same guy that I fell in love with, like watching him on the come up. I was one of the biggest fans of Jorge Masvidal coming up, and just to see him acting like the way he constantly is now, acting like he's just, yes, he's a star now, but at the same time, you're a UFC fighter, and you're not obligated to fight Michael Chandler. You're really not. But at the same time, you got to understand your place. You got to understand that you're not as big of a draw as you once were. He's talking like he's this dominant champion. He's just not. And Masvidal, like, one of the reasons why I loved watching you, I was such a huge fan of Jorge Masvidal, was because he actually had that BMF title attitude. You know what I mean? Of course, he had that attitude. That's why the belt was created in the first place, and he actually lived up to it. Now, he's just like, nah, I have too much clout for this guy. You know what I mean? It's not cool. I'm really disappointed in him. So I really hope that he reconsiders and he fights Michael Chandler, because, again, it's a winnable fight for him. And Masvidal really needs a win in his career right now, because if he loses another one, that could be it for him. But this is where I'll leave it up to you guys. I want to know what you think down below. Let me know what you think. How do you like Masvidal's chances against Michael Chandler? And what do you think about everything that Jorge said about Michael Chandler? As always, guys, let me know down below. And thank you so much for watching this video.